gon' tune in cause it's showtime. Go ahead and call the gang up for the one time. Rap, Phoop, Ryun, got them on the line. And my life's still great, I'm doing just fine. Hands up.
But speaking of Pokemon and games, let's go ahead and step into our first topic of the day. You know what it had to be. It couldn't be anything else. We have to talk about the Mortal Kombat 1 announcement. Before we get into the discussion, let me just state the facts. Mortal Kombat 1 is supposed to be launching on September 19th, 2023, but if you paid for the premium edition or the collector's edition, you get early access starting on September 14th, 2023. It takes place in the new era created by Fire God Liu Kang and Mortal Kombat 11. The game will include cross-play and cross-progression, new features including a new fighting system, new game modes, new finishing moves, and the cameo fighters assist base feature. The beta drops in August. The characters that have been officially announced are Liu Kang, Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Raiden, Kung Lao, Kitana, Mileena, Shang Tsung, and Johnny Cage. And based on a leak from Amazon Italy, we have gotten a list of the DLC characters, which include Quan Chi, Omni-Man, Ermac, Peacemaker, Takeda from Mortal Kombat 10, and Homelander.
Omni-Man gonna be a cold bonus character. Hold on. You said a lot of good stuff. But Omni-Man, that is the perfect addition. I'm just being honest. If they was gonna pull any non-Mortal Kombat character, Omni-Man fits.
Omni-Man is gonna be nice, but I think as a conflict, to me, it's a conflict putting Omni-Man and Homelander. I know you haven't seen The Boys, but Omni-Man and Homelander basically have the same power set. They're basically off-brand versions of Superman.
Right.
So I feel like it's kind of other than those two, I think they have a good mix of characters for DLC, but like Omni-Man and Homelander are basically like the same person.
Yeah.
So is it really like, you really just gave me one character in the form of two?
They could get rid of Homelander then. I need Omni-Man.
I think both of them are gonna have really cool movesets, but I kind of feel like one of those, you could have saved one of those for another combat pack instead of the initial DLC.
But bro, that roster, like taking out the DLC, that roster is solid. But Mortal Kombat normally has like what, at least 20 characters?
I don't think they're done announcing. I'm hoping that they're not done announcing the characters, because I already know what you're about to get into. Like, the Mortal Kombat roster is huge.
It's big now.
Even if you hadn't played Mortal Kombat from the beginning, Mortal Kombat 11 showed you firsthand how big that roster is without DLC characters. And
let me look up.
And I think they're not done. They can't be done because they haven't even showed the special ops characters. We didn't see Sonya. The only reason why we officially got Johnny Cage is because of the premium coming with the DLC with the skin for Johnny Cage. But they haven't announced Sonya. They haven't announced Jax. And off rip, you can't have Mortal Kombat without special ops. Without Sonya and Jax. So I don't think they're done. And I honestly feel like that Mortal Kombat 1 is that opportunity to bring everybody back. If this is a official reset of the franchise, just bring everybody back and just start killing them as the games. This is the perfect opportunity for them to go from Mortal Kombat 1 to Mortal Kombat 11 again with no issues.
Exactly, because they ain't announced Baraka. They ain't announced Goro. They got a few folks they got to do. I still want my girl Jade back.
That's what I was just saying. They haven't announced Jade. We don't know if Kotal Khan is coming back. Honestly,
they didn't say Shao Kahn in the DLC characters, right?
Shao Kahn was not announced. Or what's her name? With the Black Canary.
Not Devorah. You said the one
Kitana's mama.
Oh,
Sindel.
Sindel.
They didn't announce Sindel. Like, I'm honestly, and it could be for a reason. With Liu Kang rewriting the whole timeline, it's at this moment, my big question is who did you allow to live in this new era, and who did you, was like, we don't really need you,
Exactly. And then with the cameo characters, it depends on how they're doing that. Because if it's just assist based,
So
you're not playing as the characters. It might be like some tag team. They come in, throw a few punches, got a bonus move.
So for the cameo fighters, for the assist based feature, I'm interested to see how they integrate that into the game, but I don't think I care too much for it.
Right.
And that just goes into, like, with all of these announcements, there's still so many questions that I have for this game, because why include cameo fighters? What's the real reason why they're here? And are they going to be significant enough that I'm going to be like, okay, I really need to learn how to play as these cameo fighters? Because what I read was that you're still going to pick an initial character to play as that's on the roster, and you just pick one of the cameo fighters as backup. And if it gets to the point that I don't really give a fuck to pick any one of these cameo fighters to really assist me, what's the point? So I really would like to see, like, how significant are these cameo fighters going to be in this game.
Yeah, because I'm gonna be honest. In real life, I would have preferred just like a tag team feature,
or like
where I can actually switch back and forth into a new character.
That, or just keep it how they did Injustice 2 and Mortal Kombat 11, is that you have that we are main characters, but we're on this story together. And when it gets to the fight, I can either be Scorpion or Sub-Zero, Liu Kang or Kung Lao,
Yeah. But it's looking like that cameo fighters, that might be something they just fully integrate into multiplayer. And I'm like, it depends on how they do it. Because who introduced, it was Mortal Kombat 10 that introduced like the little different forms of a character. Like, oh, you get Fire Fist Liu Kang, or you get Red
the
or Liu
variations.
Kang.
Yeah.
I wonder if that's still going to be here. You know what I mean?
I could see them getting rid of variations, but I also see them not getting rid of variations, because variations was something that was that next level of Mortal Kombat. Because when Mortal Kombat 10 came out, when you and me used to play, we would both get Liu Kang, but I would always play with a different variation of Liu Kang than you did.
Yeah.
So it's not like, oh, you pick the same character as me. Like, no, we have the same character, but we don't have the same moveset.
Yeah, but it's like I'm still thinking like, most of the stuff sounds alright. It's just that cameo, depending on how they do it, I still think I probably would just prefer tag team, especially if they have an overloaded roster to where I would love like 2 or 3 multiple fighters.
And it's possible, going back to the roster, it's possible that the roster might be limited just to add more significance to these cameo fighters.
If they make my girl Jade a cameo and not a main fighter, I'm gonna be so upset. Upset.
They really, I really need to see some gameplay. I definitely am going to play the beta in August, but you guys are really going to have to show me why these cameo fighters are significant. Because at this moment, I could care less.
Yeah, I would have preferred. I would have preferred tag team mode. I would have preferred that.
Yeah,
I would have preferred that.
But I do want to get into the trailer. The graphics look insane. I just want to say, I told y'all so. I said this. I said if anybody had to go against Tekken 8, it was going to be Mortal Kombat. It was going to have to be Mortal Kombat. I'm looking at the videos from the Street Fighter 6 beta on Twitter, and it looks fun.
Street Fighter's a specific taste.
Right, it looks fun, but if you look at the graphics from Tekken 8, Mortal Kombat was the only one that was going to meet that standard. And from the trailer, it looks like it is. It looks like it is. Those graphics are so nasty that the fatalities are getting hard to watch. That ending fatality when Liu Kang did them dragons on Shang Tsung and took his head and dragged it, used it to split his body.
Hey, bro, I was like, Luke Kane ain't supposed to be doing all that.
The fatalities, big ups to Mortal Kombat for as they made a new installment of the game that the fatalities just kept looking better. But y'all, it's getting realistic. Like the fact I was like, what is he doing? Like
these fatalities finna make you go like, don't do that
honestly,
no more.
like you was talking about, like what Omni-Man, like let's go from animated Omni-Man and the damage that, like how gruesome and brutal Invincible
that
was.
Train scene.
And dragging that to what they could really make his fatalities in Mortal Kombat is going to, I have to let you guys know, it's going to be disgusting in a good way, in a bad way.
Yeah.
It's going to be disgusting.
And bro, the way the story is looking, like, because the way they displayed in the trailer, it's like some rivalries are going to become friendships, new rivalries or plays on old rivalries may be changed. Like, okay, Sub-Zero and Scorpion kind of squashed their beef once they realized who the real enemy was.
Or never had it to begin with. Like the whole thing being a reset is
exactly.
that some of these well-known beefs could be non-existent at this point.
Exactly. So I'm like, I'm interested to see what happened. You know what I'm saying? Like, are they finna get to boxing? Who's the new enemy? Like this.
My one thing that stood out to me in the trailer is that like they kept doing this repetitive of like you choose your own destiny. Like you could choose to be rivals, or you can choose to be brothers. You can choose to squash the beef, or you, like when they zoomed in on Katana and Mileena, and it was like you guys could live in peace, or you guys can bring back up this sibling rivalry again. And it to me, it kind of feels like that this type of game is going to be like a choices.
Yeah.
Like, do I want to start back the beef between Sub-Zero and Scorpion, or did I really like, how they did in Mortal Kombat 11 with them coming together for the greater good? So, let's just squash the beef and see what this can be.
Exactly. It's going to be interesting because then I want to know, are how many RPG like elements? Like, is it just going to be like regular choice? Because I think Mortal Kombat 11, you could pick like your fighter that you fight with. Mm-hmm. But is there finna be like real changes to the story? Like, could you and me experience different sides of a story depending on how we make choices?
That's what it sounds like to me.
Mm-hmm.
With the groupings, and it all goes back to like the groupings. Katana and Mileena. There's a lot of choices that you can make with those two characters. They can send the story two different ways. Scorpion and Sub-Zero, there's a lot of different choices you can make to have that story go different ways. And even with Liu Kang, Raiden, and Kung Lao, there's even in that, with them being cool, you can make all three of them have beef. Like, just based on how the story goes.
Yeah, and I want to know, even though it was a reset, do people still have their past memories? Are they still aware and they're just in a new world? You know what I'm saying?
That's a good point too. Like how
much Sub-Zero and Scorpion walked up on each other, it almost looked like there was some familiarity.
Yeah.
Like
now,
they like
it could be. That's a very good question. Like, how much did Liu Kang keep to stay the same? And it could be a ghost memory. Like, you ever seen those shows where people lose their memories, but then they see somebody in like that unconscious instinct is to like, I need to whoop your ass. I don't know why I need to whoop your ass, but just something in me is telling me to whoop your ass. So that could be, it could be that with Sub-Zero and Scorpion, like that one scene could have been like, I don't like you. And Scorpion was like, I know you from somewhere.
I could work with you, but I don't think I mess with you for real.
Yeah, it's something about you I don't really fuck with. But it could be that they could have like a ghost of memories, like something in them unconsciously is like on defense mode when they see these people, but they don't really know why.
Exactly.
And that could be why Shang Tsung probably came up. You'd be like, oh, you thought you was gonna rewrite history? Let me show up and shake the table a little bit.
And that plays a part too, because I'm like, for him to be angry, did Liu Kang just make him a bad person all over again? Like, he had to like come back and be like, oh, this a new world.
Or
I'm
like,
still finna take over.
I could imagine Shang Tsung figuring out if this is a reset and Liu Kang, know what happened to everybody, but y'all just don't know. I can see Shang Tsung on the outside being the first one to be like, so that's what you did.
Exactly.
Okay. And start, shaking the table.
Exactly. Or on some, you became a god, now I want to become a god. You know what I'm saying? There's no telling what Shang Tsung would try to do.
Like, he pops up and he's like, I remember you, Liu Kang. And that ain't fair. And that ain't fair.
You take Raiden's powers, but I can't.
But I can't? Okay. I'm interested to see what comes after this point. The fact that it's dropping in September, we're 4 months away.
Yeah.
Is insane.
Nah, I respect NetherRealm for that too. They said, "Nah, we done. We pretty much done with the game. It got to be gold by now."
Yeah.
Here we go. We ready.
It's like we have room to think, but we don't. We don't have too much room to think too much about this game because at this point, it's going. In 3 months, the beta is going to drop. I'm pretty sure they're going to show a couple more trailers. IGN, GameSpot, all of them are probably going to get first touch on the gameplay features and everything that's coming. Like, at this point, we're running.
Yeah. But, bro, this is going to be a lot of combos to learn with Tekken and Dragon Ball Budokai Tenkaichi 4. There's a lot of combos to learn. Gonna be context switching between games.
I don't care. Now, with Tekken, they did say that one of the new things that were coming with Tekken 8 is that they're making I won't call it a dumbed down, but like a simple version of the combos. Because in Mortal Kombat, when you press pause and you have that main combo menu, it's like, here's these simple combos that you can learn right quick. But then if you actually go to the move set, here's everything. So Tekken is supposed to be doing something like that with some of the combos, they have a simplified version of some of the combos that they have.
Right.
And I thought that was pretty cool because them Tekken combos be hard as hell.
They do. But one thing I like that Mortal Kombat 11 did, you could pin your combos, I think like 5 of them, to the screen while you're fighting. So if you still learning, you could just look up. I kind of did like that feature.
I think you could do the same. I think I saw something in the Tekken 8 gameplay that you can do that as well, that you could pin it to the screen.
That would be dope.
So I'm excited for both. We told you guys, even though we may have had some wrong information initially, we told y'all that this is the year for fighting games. Even if Dragon Ball is not coming out this year, Street Fighter, we still don't know when exactly Tekken 8 is supposed to be coming out, and then Mortal Kombat. I honestly think that Tekken is going to come out this year. I know they said somewhere between 2023 and 2024, but I just don't feel like y'all can let Mortal Kombat come out September and don't turn around and drop Tekken 8. There's no way. It's no way Namco is going to let Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat drop without them.
I will say this though. The time that they release would be very. They would have to take a lot of time to figure out when they want to release, because even if they drop in Mortal Kombat, you're still picking one or the other fighting game. Mm-hmm. Not a lot of people are like us where they just get all the games they want.
But my thing is that Tekken has already shown so much. We are getting
is true.
We are getting character trailers every other week for Tekken. True. They've already shown gameplay. We know it's coming.
To be honest, I'm surprised it ain't already been announced that it was going to come before Mortal Kombat, because it looks complete.
I don't know what they're waiting for, but at this point, that between 2023 and 2024 needs to go.
Yeah.
And y'all need to drop it as soon as possible. Like, even if it has to be holiday 2023, like, y'all, at this point, you cannot let Street Fighter 6 and Mortal Kombat get the jump on you.
Because we're almost at the halfway mark of the point of the year. What other games are supposed to be coming out? The Assassin's Creed Mirage games.
Spider-Man's supposed to be coming out.
Spider-Man.
So, like, but I'm just saying fighting games, period.
Yeah.
Fighting games, period. Because Tekken 7 came out, and I think maybe a year or two after Mortal Kombat 11 came out.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly, the only reason why I said that they have to do something now is because you've already been showing gameplay.
Right.
It would have been different had we not known anything about Tekken 8. Mortal Kombat 1 came out, and then it's like, okay, is Tekken going to do something? But you guys have already shown us so much.
Yeah, they shown us more than Mortal Kombat, meaning they should be coming out in like August. They should be coming out in August.
So like, I would not be surprised if in the next month or a couple weeks we get a official release date on Tekken. I would not be surprised.
Mm-hmm. I need to watch these character trailers. I ain't gonna cap. I've been missing all of them.
I've been keeping up with them.
I need to go back and watch them.
That tree man was like, I'll take you to your village. I got food. She was like, we don't trust you. We just met you. I got bath water. Let's go. I
mess with her.